Welcome to the sew-along of the Billie Vacation set. My name is Cina and I run the pattern company Stitches by Cina, and you can find me on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube. And if you like this video, don't forget to follow and subscribe. The Billie Vacation set is a very versatile pattern. It can be made more as a beach cover-up or something more dressed up for the city or the office. I recommend using a medium to lightweight fabric for this one, and you can use different qualities such as linen, viscose, cotton, as such. And today I will be making a set for my daughter. It's going to be in size 110 and I'm going to make it in this cotton quality. And instead of self ribbon, I will use this pink grosgrain ribbon just to add some cuteness. You will also need just a regular safety pin for the elastic tunnels, and two types of elastic, one thinner one for the sleeve opening and one wider one for the pants. And now let's move on to the pattern. I just printed mine out, and it's always important to check that you have this 10 by 10 square in the correct size. So what I now will be doing after I check this, I will be trimming my edges off and then taping the pattern together. So let's get started. So now I have taped all of my papers together, and now I just need to cut out the pieces. You also want to make sure to cut out Fusible for the front facing 2 pieces and for the back facing 1 piece. I like to serge all of my edges before I start stitching, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So now I serge all of my edges, it's time to start stitching. And I have actually started pinning already, and I will show you where we will start. And we're going to start with the top, and we're going to pin the sleeve seam. We're also going to pin the shoulder seam and the side seam. We're also pinning the shoulder seams at the facings. Let's start stitching. Take your front placket piece, fold in half and press. Fold it out open and turn right sides facing into each other and stitch the top and the bottom. Fold the wrong sides facing each other and make sure that you get the corners nice and sharp. Cut your grosgrain ribbon in 6 equal parts. Pin your ribbons to the front body, matching the notches. Pin your placket on top of the ribbons, top of placket aligning with the top ribbon. Take your facing piece and pin right sides facing each other along the neckline and stitch. Trim your seam allowances. Press seam allowances towards the facing piece. Next, you want to stitch a small top stitch on top of your facing, attaching the seam allowances. Next, you want to fold your facing into your garment and press, and make sure that the edge is nice and sharp. Now let's move on to the sleeves. Stitch with the longest stitch lengths, 2 rows of gathering stitches at the sleeve cap. Now it's time to set in the sleeves. Right sides facing each other, and the sleeve seam and the side seam are matching up, and also making sure that all the notches are matching up. And I will make my shirring as I go. Attach your sleeve, stitching in between your gathering stitches. Remove your gathering stitches. Take your elastic for the cuff and measure the depth. And I would take this depth by 2 and make a single fold over hem. Make sure to leave a small opening for your elastic. Stitch the elastic closed. Make a single fold turn under hem. Now let's move on to the pants. Put the front and the back piece together, right sides facing each other, and stitch the inner leg seam and the outer leg seam. To stitch the crotch seam, fold one of the legs to the right side and insert that leg into the other leg. Make sure that the inner leg seams are matching up and pin the crotch seam. Stitch the crotch seam. Take your waistband elastic and measure your depth. Take this depth times 2. This is the measurement of your single fold over. Make sure to leave some spacing for your elastic when stitching. Stitch the elastic closed. Make a single fold over for your hem, 2 cm in depth.